And I still watch DVDs, okay? I've got a collection. Sumaya used to work with us way back when, man. We're so proud of her. Yay, what a gorgeous girl, man. That is so awesome. Oh, well, now that we are feeling just so proudly South African, let's get back in the kitchen and cook and enjoy a little bit of a cultural treat, if you will. Bollas. Quick and easy sweet treat for the whole family to enjoy. They are, yes, traditionally made during the month of Ramadan, but they can be enjoyed, as we're going to prove right now, throughout the year. And today we are making it a little bit more indulgent by serving them up with Clover Bliss medium cream chocolate dairy dessert. Oh, the chocolate and the coconut is going to be beautiful. Chef Chumi, I said quick and easy. Okay, yes. Did I mean it?
You did mean it. You did mean it.
Because this admittedly does feel a little bit scary to me. But I suppose whenever the flour comes out, like most people, I'm like, oh, ratios, measurements. Because you kind of feel like it's a science. What's the science here? Is this really that easy?
It is quite easy, but I think that's part of the reason why when I went to chef school, I was like, let's keep the measuring to the pastry chefs. I just want to throw.
Yeah.
I just want to be in the kitchen.
We cowboys, man. Don't hold us back.
You know?
We are peacocks. Let us fly.
Let us fly. And even though we're not flying, we are flying today. It's quite a simple recipe. So in here, I've got some sugar, some melted butter, and I've also got some eggs. I'm adding some vanilla essence. So this is in essence the base for our bollas that we're going to be making today. And I know some people like to add different flavors, and I think if anything, the best part to flavor would be the syrup. You can definitely flavor up the dough itself, but I mean...
That hint of vanilla is enough, because you want quite a neutral base, I suppose. Hey,
correct. Yeah. So into this, we're going to then go in with our flour mixture, which has flour and some baking powder. And with most baked goods, either you're going to be using a dry agent like the yeast if you want it to be more stringy and glutinous and stuff like that. But in this instance, because we're still going, you want it to puff up. And I know that it's still, for me now when I look at the bollas, I'm like, this is somewhat of iguinha, you know?
That's what I was saying earlier. Man, we're all the same. We really do enjoy the same things, but it's about adding those little finishing touches where we get to really kind of celebrate our culture. And here, obviously, the syrup is a big part of that, because it needs to be sweet. This is layers of sweetness, okay?
Layers of sweetness.
Don't be kidding yourself. This is what you reward yourself with at the end of the week, okay?
At the end of, you are correct. And we were saying with Carl earlier that the calories don't count in December. So if there's ever a time to do it, it would definitely be now. So I've mixed in here some flour, the baking powder. I've also added some water and milk. Now you want this dough to be slightly, it must give way, but it mustn't be too runny. So I'm going to keep mixing it up. And all you do is we're going to fry these up with some oil, make sure they're nice and golden brown.
As you would a normal fat cook,
I guess.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Correct.
Okay. Incidentally, how do you know that it's ready, and what's the ideal temperature to fry them up at so you get the crisp on the outside, but they're fully cooked through?
I would I'd like to tell people rather have your oil less hot than too hot, because the problem is...
Cook for a little bit longer.
Yeah, rather cook them for a little bit longer and then they're golden brown and cooked in the center than to have them all brown on the outside.
Can you do like a skewer test? How do you know?
So I'd suggest most times if you don't have a thermometer, it's quite a riskier. So rather put your oil on medium and then increase it as you go, rather than put it all the way high. Because a lot of people start it on very high and then turn it down, but then the risk with that is that you'll burn.
100%. And then you become an old hand at it, you become a superstar where you just know that they're ready. You can look at them and you're like, that's perfect. And these guys do look perfect. They've got the puff. They've expanded beautifully. Now the fun stuff.
The fun stuff.
Now we're going to bring these bollas to life. So what do we do?
Right. I've got some sugar syrup here, and the sugar syrup is basic, just sugar and water. Obviously, I'm not going to give you an exact ratio because it depends on how sweet you want it. Some people want it to thicken up to a caramel consistency. You don't want to get there. Yeah. Okay. And some people just want a taste of the sugar, so you can add, however much, 2 parts water to 1 part
so that's why you were concentrating on the viscosity so much. Okay, so that's how sweet it is, how syrupy it is.
And the longer you reduce it, the thicker it gets. And now all we're going to do is dunk these babies in here.
Okay. Do you want to do that, and then I'll do this? How's that?
And then just toss them in this beautiful syrup. It is advisable. I normally suggest to people add them in as soon as they come out of the oil.
Ooh.
And yes, the syrup might be slightly oilier because it also allows them to absorb a lot more of that syrup. Yeah. And then gives it a beautiful coat on the outside.
Look at that.
And as if this is not decadent enough,
Yeah.
drizzle a generous amount of our Clover Bliss medium cream chocolate.
Oh, yes, you do. And then you break bits off and then you dunk it in the Clover Bliss and then you pour the Clover Bliss into your mouth.
Gosh.
No, we love it. We absolutely adore it. I think that's going to be the perfect finish to the texture, to the flavor, the balance of flavors. Absolutely beautiful. And please forgive us for taking a traditional classic and adding just a little bit of a twist. I know that we do like to get creative, but it's always good to expand your horizons. I love these. They are indulgent. They will hopefully offer some of you a nice nostalgic journey down memory lane. Most importantly, they are just delicious, and you can find them at expressoshow.com, or at least a recipe on how you can create these beautiful, beautiful finished pieces. There they are. Shem, you can have one if you want.
Can I taste?
Yeah, it's yours. Go for it. Oh, look at that puff.
Made with love by Clover.